Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Capricorn January 2023 Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. And this is through learning more about yourself. So we are here in all of my readings and all content on this channel to illuminate aspects about your unique self. And that's also that you can better see where you fit so that you can be of greater service to the collective, but also get closer to those feelings of emotional fulfillment that come when we see our path and understand our purpose. So Capricorn, happy birthday. We are in your season right now. I have a lot of important Capricorns in my life, including my own mother. So happy birthday to her as well. Now, this reading here, we're going to start by taking a look at what you're bringing into the month of January. Then we're going to take a look at what's going on around you, and then what you're going to be unlocking. And if I can speak, Mercury retrograde here, what you're going to be illuminating for yourself that's going to allow you to continue to grow into your spiritually important potential. So let's see here. We're going to first pull some cards to take a look at what you're bringing. What's the energy that Capricorn is bringing into January, into the new year? I hope you've all had a wonderful new year. Me and my family, unfortunately, we were sick over the New Year holiday, so our plans had to change a little bit. So we have the Lovers. Beautiful. This is really positive energy. The Lovers can not only obviously denote romantic love, but this can also be following what we love, making a choice in love. So it's a beautiful energy to be bringing into this month and into the new year. So I'm going to be taking a look at what's going on around you. Okay, so we have a little bit of the soul-seeking energy for you here. And we're going to see here now dive a little deeper into the message here. All right. Okay, so Capricorn, you're coming in with this energy of kind of wanting to know what you love, or already knowing, having made the decision as to what you love, and you're getting ready to kind of follow your heart. Now, with the Hermit coming in and your external energy, this is really that energy of going within to find yourself, to find what is important to you, to find that great hope, dream, wish. But it's also one where it can kind of be a little bit of that truth, the soul seeker. This is where you kind of have to, this might be actually a somewhat quiet month. And even though this is part of your birthday season for many of you, this might be where you're going in a little bit to reflect. You are having that opportunity perhaps to have that alone time to really kind of almost get yourself on the right foot is what I'm hearing, to really get your priorities straight for what you want to work towards, because Capricorn, you are the sign that really, you are a cardinal or a sign you can set goals and achieve them. You are the sea goat that is your symbol in your astrological symbol. So you have this ability to really set your sights on the mountaintop and find a way to get there. But the beauty of the Hermit is getting closer to your why. Why are you setting your sights on that mountaintop? Or why are you setting these goals for yourself in 2023? And I think for many of you, again, January is going to be more of a quiet month, an introspective month, and a month where you can really illuminate something for you. Because when you see the individual here, the Hermit is holding the lantern. And what's in his lantern? It's the great hope, dream, wish, but it's also his uniqueness that he's found within himself, what he uniquely shines, and he is ready to put that in a lantern to not only guide his own way forward, but also for others to see and have that be a beacon to attract them to him, the right people to him. So it's be a very beneficial month for you. Now, what you're unlocking about yourself is the difference between waiting for something to come in for you and really what you want your legacy to be. Because we have the Three of Wands, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is when we put ourselves a little too far into the future and we are playing that kind of stressed out anxiety what if game. What if I can't make that happen? What if I don't get what I want to come in? What if it doesn't come in the way that I'm expecting? And the Three of Wands speaks to being in that place of kind of the suspended anticipation of your ships coming in, that you've taken action towards something, and now you're kind of waiting to see what is going to be the thing that comes in so that you can kind of take action moving forward. Ten of Pentacles speaks to a legacy, speaks to really when we kind of buckle down and we create these goals for ourselves, well, at the end of the day, what are we working towards? What is that Ten of Pentacles? What is that physical experience we want to manifest in this experience for ourselves, in this life for ourselves? Is that the home with the thriving family? Is that a successful, thriving business that you get to pass down to generations? Is that a life full of experiences and adventure? But for many of you, this is going to be based around your concept of wealth or your concept of, again, something tangible and physical. And for many of you, I think there's a little bit of a worry of kind of sitting in this and waiting period and kind of wondering, I think, can you actually make this happen for yourself? And when we do the Nine of Swords here, this is, again, where we're going too far in the future. We're going way past just let's wait and see what comes in and be ready to take action, and going to that place of, well, what if this comes in? What if this doesn't come in? What if that happens? What if I try to, build my legacy and it all falls apart? And the beauty of the Nine of Swords is just that. It's literally just thoughts. You can see this individual's in bed worrying. And most likely this is kind of like having those, negative dreams, those nightmares, and you wake up and you're like, whew, it was just a dream. And that's, I think, what many of you are realizing is your true potential to manifest in the physical. That's kind of your birthright, Capricorn, is to manifest in the physical. The whole journey of the sea goat is that you have risen up out of the sea, which is technically a metaphor for your emotional state. And you have kind of put your emotions on hold to achieve climbing up to the highest peak on land. And I think the beauty of January is that you may be getting back in touch with your emotions. Because with the Lovers and the Hermit, this is asking you, what do you love and why? And how are you going to honor that and bring that forward into the new year as you move out of January towards manifesting? When we think about waiting for something to come in for ourselves, that kind of puts us at the mercy of just fate a little bit, like, well, I'm just going to wait to see what happens. And this is saying, you have the power within you, Capricorn, to move towards what you want, to ultimately fulfill the legacy. When we're waiting for something, yeah, you're right, that whatever comes in, that might not get you any closer to the Ten of Pentacles that you want to experience. This is kind of being at the mercy of other people, somebody presenting an opportunity that ultimately might not be within your best interest because it might not actually honor your why or be what you love. So I'm going to actually pull this aside. Yeah, Four of Wands. For many of you, it's interesting that you have the Four of Wands, which can be a card of marriage, but this can also be a card of any type of firm foundation you've built from a place of taking action from passion, and that others have been able to celebrate with you. And I think for many of you, there's a feeling almost of like kind of either one of two things. Either you're in a current committed relationship, in a partnership, possibly a marriage, and there's almost this like waiting for it to manifest into something that you want, or waiting for it to manifest into the Ten of Pentacles. And there's some worry about that. Okay, yeah, maybe you have gotten married and you do have stability and you have the home, but there's something more that you want, or something more that this relationship, this dynamic is asking of you, and you're not sure. There's this worry that comes in of like, what if I can't make it happen? What if I can't sustain it? What if it never manifests, it never grows from this point into something more? And the beauty of this is, with the Lovers coming in, what you want to have come from that. Now, if this is not let's say a romantic relationship, let's say this is a business. You've started a business, people realize it's open, you're getting ready to move forward, but now you're kind of just waiting. You're like, well, where are my clients? What's the next step? I see it going to have this potential, but now I'm kind of just stuck in this limbo. And this month is that beautiful holding pattern to say, okay, it's time for you to get clear on what this 10 of Pentacles is and how you're going to apply yourself to get there, to get rid of the worry and the anxiety, to move past that into uncovering your own magic, which is your ability to manifest from a place of what you love and who you love, and to take whatever this was to the next level, to get out of this place of suspended kind of waiting and moving into the place where you're kind of leading. You're like, okay, I know my why, I know what I love, let's make this happen. So this can be it may seem like kind of a quiet, slow month. We still have, we have Mercury retrograde for most of the month. We have Aries just coming out of retrograde. So we've all been kind of in a state of suspended animation because Aries has been pulling us back a little bit, slowing us down. That also comes out of retrograde. So you may feel this kind of going into January, it's kind of sticky, like, and then all of a sudden, I think towards the third week of January, moving into February, it's going to feel kind of like, oh, okay, wow, it can really just be that easy. I can really just make happen what I want. And the first step towards that is knowing my why, knowing the magic that I bring, putting myself out first to see the steps that I want to take, and then bringing that back in to what I love, who I love, and just trying to make decisions from that place. I find that when we make decisions on understanding our why, why is this our 10 of Pentacles? Why is that? Why do you want to take this, whatever that 4 of Wands is? Why do you want to take that up a level? Why is it not satisfactory as it is? And I think many of you are going to discover that this month. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, we have the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, and we have the Emperor at the very heart of your reading, which I love. This Emperor card, it's coming up for everybody. So I really do think for most of us, 2023 is going to be a year where we really stand in our own personal power. But I do like that you have the High Priestess coming up right off the bat. So this card here is your primary challenge. And what I find interesting is that with the Lovers and the High Priestess, these are two very similar energies. They speak to making a decision from a place of deep knowing. One is making a decision from a place of what you love. The High Priestess is making a decision from that intuitive connection to spirit, that deep knowing of this is what I want and it cannot be denied. Now, where it can become a challenge is the High Priestess is not someone who takes action. She sits holding the book of universal knowledge. You can see that here depicted with the Alpha and the Omega symbol. There's the yin and the yang. She's sitting with a deep sense of knowing, but she is not taking action. Now, the Page of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles here, that's the card of going out and starting to fact find, starting to play with the first pentacle in the 10 of Pentacles. This is going out with that curious optimism of what can I do with this? Ooh, that's way too many cards. Interestingly enough, I'll see what else wants to come up, but I do see that the 3 of Wands came up again, so mirroring that. But that's a little messy, so we'll see if we can get it to come out a little cleaner here. And this can kind of be, the High Priestess and the 3 of Wands can be a similar energy of kind of waiting, of knowing what you would like to come in, but you're waiting, knowing the decision you want to make, what your heart is calling you to do, but it's actually blocking you. There's a point of there's a non-action point here. And this is saying that if you can kind of trust your intuition, get to that place of deep knowing, that you have the opportunity then to break forward into this place of action, of fresh, optimistic, curious action. And that's what's going to allow you to step up into this energy, the Emperor. This is what Spirit is asking you to embrace in the month of January. It's what you're unlocking about yourself. the power you hold within your own life to determine, to determine what you want to build for yourself. The 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles ultimately represents the top of the mountain. So what is that for you? And we're never too old or too young to set our sights on the top of that mountain for ourselves. Now, the Emperor is a beautiful reminder that we are each the emperor to our own empire. Although we do live with other people, we share this life experience with everyone else that is currently alive. We also have to understand that there is this interesting dichotomy between that, the collective experience, and our own individual experience, where we truly perceive our life from a singular perspective, which is ours. And no two people can live a single life from the same perspective. No two people see out of the same pair of eyes. So there's this element here of understanding that, of coming to this place of realizing it's not the lives of others I'm here to live. I'm here to live my life, and I'm here to live that life that's within the best interest of my experience. The Emperor is going to do things that are in alignment with being for the best of his empire and who's in it. Now, the Two of Pentacles coming in after this is your day-to-day tasks. This is the kind of juggling that we all have to do, making that choice. Do I do laundry or do I read a book? Do I go, home after work and cook myself a meal, or do I just pick up fast food? Do I sit and play with the children, or do I go upstairs and meditate? There's always going to be all these things that come in day to day, all these tasks, and it is a juggling game. There is a feeling though here for some of you, and it's very interesting with these two cards. If you notice in this deck specifically, the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Fool. They have almost the same identical gesture, but one speaks to staying kind of in the lower aspects of our physical experience, just getting caught up in the day-to-day, just waking up and doing the same things and then doing it all over again, and then doing the same things and then doing it all over again. The Fool speaks to jumping off the cliff into the new, to doing it differently, to having a fresh perspective. And I think for many of you, this is about wiping the slate clean. This is about going from the lower version of just doing the day-to-day to amping that up into leaping forward into a new cycle, into the new version of how you present yourself, of how you apply yourself. And that's all going to come from knowing your why, from knowing your importance, from knowing what you bring to every situation. That is the Hermit. What makes you unique? What makes your life experience special and unique? And how does that tie back to the legacy you want to leave, to the empire you want to build? That could be the Ten of Pentacles as well. Now, the Fool is clarified by the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is getting back out there. This can be healthy competition, where we're starting to kind of go back out and see what we need to see, what our skill sets are. It can also be a card, a little bit of chaos. This can be where we get it back out there again, and it's like, whoa, there's a lot going on. There's other people who want to do this as well. And I think for many of you, what you're going to realize is that you might have been holding yourself back from this, that it might have seemed maybe scary a little bit of like, I haven't done this in a long time, or I haven't been there. I've been kind of in a state of suspended waiting. And now I'm here. Now I'm at the point where I have to make a decision. There's something that's come up here for me to take it from this place of kind of just suspended waiting and wanting to engage with this Ten of Pentacles and being stuck in this place of worry over that, to suddenly I'm going to own my power, and I'm going to change how I work day to day. But that's going to put me kind of into unfamiliar territory, which is the Five of Wands. That's like getting out there and saying, okay, I'm going to move forward and building my business stronger. I mean, I have to put myself into situations that I haven't been in as of yet. I might have to network with different groups. I might have to learn how to build marketing or bring on a social media manager or whatever that is. This could be if you're leveling up in your home life, this could be like, whoa, I might have to get out there and learn how to search for a house again. Maybe I've lived in the same home for 35 years, but now it's time to get back out there and sell the house, see what I have to do to make it, marketable. And then I have to actually go back out there and find a real estate agent and see what it means to move to a new location. But there's something here around being prepared to do that and realizing that the power comes from engaging with the energy of the Fool, which is realizing all of your needs are going to be met. When we follow our heart and we know we're making a decision within our own behalf, but we're ready to take action from that place, there comes with the Hermit a realization of how much you've gone through, how much you're capable of, and that no matter what comes your way, you'll be able to handle it. You'll be able to bring that in and allow yourself to go one step further towards the top of that mountain. And for many of you, you've already gotten close to the top of that mountain, and maybe there's another mountaintop that you see now. So there's something here around really coming to that place of quiet confidence and knowing that you can achieve the next major goal in your life, the next major life cycle. The 10 of Pentacles can mean the next major life cycle for yourself. So beautiful energy. I'm going to go ahead here now and pull some clarifiers to get a little bit deeper into the message. So keep this in mind, Capricorn, as you go through this month. That might be, again, a more quiet month for you. Really sit there and see where, again, you can elevate your day-to-day experience to this higher elevated level of getting ready for the new to come in, of getting ready for you to create the opportunities for this instead of simply waiting for those opportunities to come in. Okay, so I'm going to pull now for the High Priestess. So let's get a little bit further into this block. The Chariot, yeah. You guys are kind of, with the Chariot, that's movement forward and movement towards what ultimately feels like home, our ultimate destination. That's where the Chariot is heading. But for many of you, you're in this state of suspended, trying to get your head and a heart in alignment. You know where you want to go. There's a big emphasis on this that you know. But for many of you, you're not taking action towards the movement. This is like standing next to the Chariot. 2 horses are there. And you're like, yeah, I have the roadmap. I see where I want to go. I know why I want to go there. But I'm not taking action. Because maybe someone else will take me there. And then we have the 5 of Swords. And that can all be because of the 9 of Swords over here. That can all be because of these worries. You're like, but what if I get in this Chariot and I start to go down the road and a wheel breaks? Well, you'll figure out how to fix it. Or what if one of the horses is, goes lame? Well, then you'll figure out where you can find a new horse. It's kind of one of those things. So we have the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, for many of you, you are you're fighting putting down the burden. You are bearing the entire burden yourself. That's what the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is carrying the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. And the 5 of Swords is kind of defending this at all costs. This is like somebody coming in and saying, hey, I can help take a couple of those pieces, those wands from you. And you're like, nope, got to do it all myself, because if I don't do it myself, it's not going to get done correctly. So I'm just going to have to just bear the weight of this. I'm going to have to just do all the household chores in addition to working, in addition to, fill in the blanks, whatever this is. Instead of, and that's what's preventing you from getting on this road. Because when you think about it, this individual in the Chariot, if he's trying to get into the Chariot carrying all these precariously placed wands, meanwhile trying to prevent himself from getting help, there could be somebody off to the side saying, I'm going to help you. Like, why don't we get in and start doing this? And you're like, no, I've got it. No wonder you can't get the Chariot moving, because there's something here where you feel like you have to hold on to everything. And this can literally be just holding on to a lot of stuff. This can be, you've put a lot of plans in action and you're like, no, I have to keep doing this. I'm the one that has to, balance the checkbook every month, and I have to clean the house, and I have to, make sure that money's coming in, and I have to. And it's like, but do you really? Because with the Five of Swords, this comes in saying that you're defending this from somebody who is trying to help you get into this chariot. So keep that in mind as you're moving forward this month. Where are you telling somebody who's offering help that no, you have to do it all yourself? Or where are you just simply doing this? This could be also internally. This could just be like where you want to ask for help, or you want to put down this burden. This could be like where you want to put something down so that you can focus more on your Four of Wands. You want to focus more on building that business. And so you may need to have to maybe, scale back on your normal 9 to 5 because you want to focus more on building your business. But yet inside, instead of just sitting there and saying, I'm going to talk to my spouse about this, and I'm going to try to see what we can do as far as maybe budgeting and money planning and time allotment planning for that, I'm just simply in my head going to talk myself out of that. And I think this is going to be that month, Capricorn, where you're going to realize how much just your mental state has been preventing you from, I think, easily moving forward. Because the Chariot's coming up here. There is something that you want to move forward. It's showing it's time to move forward, but your mental state is telling you, no. What if something goes wrong? And no, I have to do it all myself. So really pay attention to that. Pay attention to your thoughts moving in through the month of January. Now for the Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, we have the Four of Wands again. So the same as this card under here. And then we have the Two of Wands. So for many of you, this could actually be determining, the Two of Wands is making a decision as to where to go from here. So for many of you, this is either determining, this could be in many different forms, whatever this Four of Wands is for you. If this is a marriage or a home, something along those lines, this could be determining, okay, well, where do you continue to grow from here? Is it time now to level up and buy a larger home? Is it time now to move to a new location? Is it time now to start investing in something? If this is a business, this could be, okay, well, where do you go from here? Do you stay small and local? Do you grow your, reach? Do you move into an online platform or buy a brick and mortar? This can be making that choice here for whatever this Four of Wands is, to decide where you're going from here. What is the goal? What is the long-term vision? Okay, now we're going to see what's going on for the Emperor. Six of Wands, yep. Success and recognition. Yeah, beautiful. If you own your power and you own your ability to create the change you want in your life, success is yours. Yeah, success, Four of Cups. Success over not being happy on an emotional level. The Four of Cups is being dissatisfied emotionally with what you have currently in your life. And if you own your power, you can get past that. This can be kind of sitting in the state of victimization almost, where you're just like looking at everything and you're like, that doesn't make me happy. I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with that. And the thing about this is that there's always you're looking at the Three Cups, but there's the Fourth Cup coming in. And this is the divine coming in with your cup saying, remember what you love? Remember your dreams? Remember what emotionally fulfills you in this life? It's in you. It's in you. It's not out there. It's not out for other people to fulfill you or for waiting for something to fulfill you. It's about you realizing what fulfills you and then going out there and making it happen. Okay, so let's see about the Two of Pentacles. We have Two of Pentacles again, double, and the Emperor. Yeah, it's time to own what you do in the day-to-day. Right there. This can even be, I like this card, this depiction of the Emperor in this deck, because it's almost like the individual is not only throwing off the box he's been stuck in, but he's also looking at it from a different way. He's literally thinking outside the box. So there's something here about changing your day-to-day, changing your perspective on it, owning what you do in the day-to-day, not just doing things, but getting outside the box, realizing that there are so many other things, so many other ways to do it, but also prioritizing for yourself. Again, getting towards that mountain, taking that level of control for yourself. Okay, let's see what wants to come in for the Fool. This is a really empowering month for you, Capricorn. So it's nice to see that. Yeah, Three of Swords. What's coming in over here for you to finally get, the Fool is your final challenge. And what's preventing you from just really taking that leap and moving forward and kind of getting back out into the fray is the Three of Wands. I'm sorry, the Three of Swords, which are those ghosts of the past that continue to haunt us in our mental space that then come down and wound us in our emotional heart space. It's those stories, of where you were brought to your lowest point. Ten of Swords. The stories of, that horrible breakup where somebody told you you weren't lovable and they left you feeling like you were on your knees. The story where you went to build that perfect business and you lost it. And now you say, well, I'm not capable of doing that. I can't create that for myself. The story where, a significant other or a boss told you you were not good enough to get to a certain level or achieve something. And so you continue to replay that. And this is saying, there's been a point where you were brought to a low point. And it's still there haunting you. But if you can get past that, again, these are all swords. There is this great point of turning a corner, Capricorn, where you are stuck in a mental space of worry, anxiety. And, that just seemed kind of strange that, and it could be, again, around a relationship, a foundation, or a business. But you're stuck in a place of worry. You're stuck in a place of kind of denial. I'm going to win at all costs. I have to do everything myself. To then moving past that into then facing these wounds again that kind of keep replaying in your mind. And if you can really get past your thoughts and realize they're just thoughts, these are just things that we choose to focus on, and you instead return your focus to becoming the emperor in your own life and realizing, I have the ability to achieve anything that I want. What am I going to start changing in my day-to-day experience to make that happen? And how can I move out? You're really being called up to move out of the mind and just into a place of action. There's a lot of wands on the table. Where do I go from here? What's coming in for me? Where do I need to jump back out into the fray of life again and show myself and prove myself? So, this is about, I think, for this month, every time something comes up where you start to realize you're overthinking it, you're starting to go down that anxiety hole, you're starting to tell yourself you have to do it all yourself, that's where you need to stop and just think of one step of action to bring you back into your personal place of power, towards your why and what are you working towards. And that's it. And that's going to start to get you into a routine of taking purposeful action, not just going through day to day, but taking action that is very deliberate. And Capricorn, when you take deliberate action, the whole world shifts for you. So keep that in mind. Okay, now I'm going to pull 3 cards to get advice from Spirit. We're going to take a look at the first card here is going to be curiosity. And this is going to be where Spirit's wanting you to be open and curious as to where you might be blocking yourself from really owning your power this month. So let's see, what does Capricorn need to know about where they might be blocking? Okay, we have action, which is ironic because for me, this card does represent the Chariot card here. So we have action, number 17, breaking down to the number 8, a number of personal empowerment and empowered leadership, also physical abundance. And then we have the 7th chakra, which is Archangel Uriel. 7th chakra is our crown chakra. This is our direct connection to Spirit and to universal knowledge. So these 2 cards right here directly correlate to the High Priestess and the Chariot. So here's your major answer again. This is where are you blocking yourself? Right here. This is your main challenge. You're blocking yourself from taking action because you are not listening to your higher self. You know where you want to go and why. And with the number 41, it breaks down to the number 5. That is the number of change. It's the number of moving forward into change. It's the Fool's journey. So keep that in mind here, that this is really what you guys are blocking yourself from. You're kind of in a state of, I know what needs to be done. I know what I want to have happen. I know what I love, but I'm not going to listen because I have to keep just doing things as I've always done them. And this is a beautiful month to break out and away from that. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple cards here to see if we can get an additional message. Anything deeper that Capricorn needs to know about where they are holding themselves back from taking this very deliberate action. Okay, Knight of Swords, Page of Cups. Yeah, for many of you, it's time to share what's in your heart from a very pure, the Page of Cups this is getting back in touch with your inner child. And this is speaking from that place of your inner child. You can see she's holding her cup kind of vulnerably and innocently out there to the world or to another. And the Knight of Swords is like the opposite energy. This is kind of more of the aggressive, I'm going to go in, I'm going to share my truth, and I don't care who gets hurt as I say it or as I do it. But there is a feeling here of almost having to kind of bring these two together. Bring this kind of aggressive energy together with the inner child, the emotional side to yourself. And it's almost like you have the ability, because again, the swords are coming in here, and that you might be communicating kind of harshly from this place, from this kind of harsh mental space where you've been in a state of suspended anxiety, you've been in this place of pushing away help, and you've been in this place of where you have been really hurt at some point in the past. And you might be communicating from that, not even realizing it. And this is saying to counteract that, get back in touch with your inner child. What do you love? Why do you love it? Why is your cup so important to share with others? And I think this could be, for many of you who are in I'd say a committed partnership, or whether this is around family and home, this can be literally just changing your softening yourself on an emotional level to kind of cover up this and start to communicate from this point. And this is what might help you realize my inner child does need help. And it's true, as much as I want to share exactly what's on my mind, I would rather share it in this way, in the vulnerable way, in a way that gets me in touch with my emotions so that others around me see why. This is when we get back in touch with our why as well, because we're back in touch with our emotions. Why does this make me happy? Or why am I feeling stressed? Or why do I want on an emotional level to achieve this next big goal? And that's going to help you overcome this block. It's going to help you open up, because I'm a big believer that spirit speaks to us through our intuition, but specifically then we integrate that emotionally first before we do anything, before we start to take action. So this is really saying integrate emotionally what you've been receiving from spirit. What is this intuitive guide? Where are you being called to take action? Where are you being called to get your chariot moving towards? And then the why, and communicate from softness instead of kind of harshness. Okay. And now we're going to go and pull a card for the concept of courage. This is where Spirit would like you to have the courage to surrender yourself in January, to really help you, again, step up into this powerful, empowered emperor state where you get to own your actions and you get to own your dreams, and you get to realize that you are every bit capable of achieving them. Okay. No more waiting, Capricorn. All right, let's see. What does Capricorn need to know about where they need to have the courage to take, or the courage to surrender so that they can take empowered action? What does Capricorn need to know? Surrender to play. Oh, I love this. And that really speaks to honoring this inner child. So it says, take a break from overthinking a goal. Yeah, so much overthinking. So many swords on the table here. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. And that play comes through with the Page of Pentacles here. That is, again, the optimistic, curious, childlike mentality. But so is the Fool. That's just going out there into the great unknown with full confidence in self, full faith in not only yourself and the next cycle for you and the next great adventure, but full faith that Spirit has your back. That's really what the Fool speaks to. And then for this, getting into that beautiful place of getting back in touch with your emotions, realizing the beauty of the cup that you hold, and speaking and taking action from that place and honoring your inner child. And how do we honor the inner child? We let them play. We know that there will always be goals and that we have to move towards them from an empowered place, but life should be enjoyed as we do so and shared with others. And this can even be in a work environment when you think about it. Sometimes we're so focused on where we want to take our business or our career path to next level and just say, well, what if you could just start looking at your experience right now from a different light and really see how can you make this journey fun? Okay, I'm going to go see if any additional cards want to come out here. So let's see. What else does Capricorn need to know about surrendering to play? So yeah, this can be a very quiet month for you where you just kind of focus on opening yourself back up, getting back in touch with your inner emotional child, and finding that spark within you again, finding the light to guide you on the next great goal. Yeah, the High Priestess again. So here we have the High Priestess coming up again. Double confirmation. You know what you want to do. You know where you want to get the chariot moving towards. You know what would feel good for yourself. But it's time to just be okay with that, to sit there and say, okay, this is what I need to do. And then start to go out there from a place of fun and say, I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to start doing it. You know you need play. Let's see what else. We have the King of Pentacles. Could be Taurus energy. We have the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. We have the Moon, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So for many of you, this can actually be going from, with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, this can be kind of going out there with this fresh, these could be people in your life. This could be a Taurus. This could be a Pisces. This is strong earth energy. And this is like kind of that optimistic, the person who's really in touch with their emotions, but kind of is like the dreamer. And so this could even be, this is showing you with your partner, that there's this element here of two people kind of coming together. One who kind of has a master of the physical, but one who has the more idealistic, takes action from a place of kind of innocent feeling, the hopeful romantic, and going out into the unknown. That's what the Moon says. Now, for many of you, this could also be you. This could be your energy of you've mastered how to manifest in the physical, and you want to go out there with this optimistic, I'm ready to go out there with life again, share my cup, and start the new adventure, but the way is unknown. That's what the Moon says. The Moon says there's no guarantees. It's kind of shadowy out there. But then on the other side of that, we have the Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups, which is beautiful. This is the energy of going back to the past. For some of you, you may be actually reconnecting with this kind of beautiful mothering energy for yourself. This could be, because the Six of Cups can sometimes mean somebody coming back into your experience from the past. So this could be actually, moving either towards someone who harnesses the Queen of Cups energy, a Cancer perhaps in your life, or going back in time to when, you had this kind of, again, just this feeling of love for life, of feeling nurtured, perhaps nurturing others. This can even be about getting a gift from yourself. There could be a childlike energy here. This can also be making peace with the past. So there's a lot going on here around surrender to play, but the surrender to play is ultimately what's going to bring you into this energy of returning to a past version of yourself, or possibly into a beautiful, nurturing energy around children. Really interesting here with that coming in. But the moon shouldn't stop you. So keep this in mind. The moon shouldn't stop the Knight of Cups from moving forward. Just because the way is unclear, the High Priestess says you have your intuition to guide you. So the moon and the High Priestess are very similar energies, again, of just having to kind of walk a path on faith because of internal intuitive knowing. And what better a person to do that than the Knight of Cups, and than the hopeful romantic who moves forward with rose-colored glasses and says, this is going to be a beautiful adventure. And in fact, I love walking in the moonlight. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to go out and see that beautiful experience. He's not someone who's going to worry about what he can't see. He's going to worry about what he's going to see. And that's what brings you back to this, the Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Nurturing, loving, supportive of your inner child, maybe even bringing you closer to your own children or children in your life. So beautiful. Okay. And now we're going to pull a final card here for the concept of contemplation. So this is a final message from Spirit to have you keep in the back of your mind as a point of reflection and contemplation so you can continue to ground this reading into your physical experience as you move through January. So what does Capricorn need to know about where they need to stay reflective and as a point of contemplation? What does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know? Oh, let's see. Okay. Oh, I love it. We have the initiation. It says rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And I love this because it shows kind of someone who's been in a dark place for a while, and they're just about to kind of go out of that, out of the mouth of the cave into this beautiful kind of ethereal landscape. And so for many of you, this is that point where you get to throw off the box, the kind of mortal coil. But for you, the mortal coil has been a mental coil. All of the negative stuff that's been holding you back has all been happening in your mind. And it's time to realize you're right there. You're about ready to walk through the threshold into something beautiful, into a time of peace. The Six of Cups speaks to that. If you can, when I think about walking through moonlight, that would kind of be like this, walking through the darkness, and out you come into the beauty of, when you think about like your best childhood memory, walking back into that and into a place where it is truly supportive of your cup. That's the Queen of Cups. She supports her cup. She's nurturing for others. It's a divine feminine energy. It's absolutely beautiful. So really keep that in mind for you guys. What is it there that is, keep that in mind. You're on the edge. You're on the precipice. You're just about ready to walk. You've gone through a kind of a dark phase, and you're about ready to break into the light. And what do you want to be in that light? What is the Ten of Pentacles that you're hoping to walk towards and into? I'm going to pull just a couple clarifiers here to see if anything else wants to come out. Spirit, would you like to tell us a little bit more about the initiation? The Knight of Wands, I love it. Yeah. Going out there and having fun. The Knight of Wands is the person who just does things for the sake of feeling fun, that it lights their fire. It's Sagittarius energy. It's the spiritual adventurer. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So what lights your fire? Capricorn, what is that? Ten of Cups. Beautiful. Ten of Cups is the ultimate. This is like the happy family card. This is having so much on an emotional level, so much abundance that you have so much that you have to share it with others. It's also, this is going out in pursuit of that Ten of Cups. What is that? We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. And when you bring those two together, that is manifesting heaven on earth for yourself. So get ready. Get ready to come into a beautiful place of feeling like home and getting into your chariot, taking action from this guided place, this spiritually guided place, a high priestess, of moving towards your ultimate destination, where you not only get to feel it and achieve it in the physical, but you get to feel it and experience it on the emotional. And you do that through enjoying life and having fun. So get out of your headspace, just like what we were saying. The Knight of Wands, he gets into just taking action. So every time you start to overthink something, or you start to go back into those negative thought patterns, get back into life is fun, life is meant to be played. And I'm going to just take one step of empowered action today, right now, to get me out of this mental entrapment. Okay, I'm going to pull one final overarching card here for the concept of what is the spiritual doorway that you're opening for yourself this month. Okay, so what does Capricorn need to know about their overarching spiritual doorway or lesson that they're learning? Okay, so we have two. Oh, we have two. Alchemical mutation, number 31, breaking down to number 4. And then we have Soul Child, number 14, breaking down to number 5. So again, 14 for me is the energy of freedom through change. Alchemical mutation, when you think about that, what are you doing? You're actually changing on a physical cellular level. So there's a lot of change coming in here. You're literally changing yourself on a cellular level. Okay, so Soul Child, I'll read that first. Number 14. So I'm just going to end with reading what's in the book so you get an additional message here that's not just from me. So it says, rebirth is upon you, beautiful child of the universe. You have prepared for new life, and it is starting right now. The divine moment of rebirth, which occurs after a period of struggle, of intense inner work and physical transformation, has arrived. Enjoy getting to know this new self. It is a new day, a new beginning, a new you. Like an adventurer enjoying the discovery of a brand new world, take your time to explore the increase of your light, power, and love. You have undergone the death of the old order. Nothing is as it was, not will it be so again. You've had to learn detachment, to release and let go over and over again. In so many ways you've experienced inner death as you have bravely surrendered that which no longer serves your growth this lifetime, even if you once loved it dearly or couldn't imagine life without it. Deep inside, through that process, your soul has been gathering energy. It has been drawing it away from the old forms of your life and relationships, from your old beliefs about health, finances, work, and from what used to hold meaning for you. It has done so in order to feed the new soul child being carried within your body. This new you is filled with divine love, light, and power. Your inner soul child, this newly integrated self, is preparing for birth now. From that which is no longer, something new is now being born. You are ready for the next cycle or phase of your life. Even if, like a newborn colt learning to stand steady on shaky legs, you are not sure of your strength, be reassured. The new self you are experiencing will grow strong and powerful soon enough. Let confidence in your new self emerge. Reflect upon how different you are now to a year or even a month ago. Be curious about who you are now. Do not expect the same reactions or experiences you encountered in your past. It is a time of celebration and acknowledgement that a new day, a new you has begun a journey in the physical world. You shall enjoy the divine harvest of all of your growth and effort. This card can also indicate that a child around you, perhaps one about whom you have been thinking deeply, is particularly gifted or spiritually oriented. This child may have an important mission this lifetime and need your loving support and spiritual encouragement to thrive into that mission according to his or her own divine timing. This card may also be a sign that a new business idea, professional or personal relationship, or lifestyle choice is going to support the growth of your spirit in a positive and encouraging way. If this is the case, that new idea or connection will lead to the birth of creative new programs, ideas, and structures in your life. On the other hand, if something has been flagging in energy or success, but you are not yet inclined to give it up, this oracle comes as confirmation and encouragement. Rebirth is going to happen. Do not give up. Sometimes it is darkest just before the dawn. I love that. That's the initiation coming through right there. Okay, and then we have alchemical mutation number 31. It says, your spiritual growth is changing your mind, body, and soul. It is very real. It is helping you fulfill all aspects of your divine destiny. It is awakening spiritual talents and attracting in new energies. This process will bring tremendous joy and satisfaction. The body changes as light enters. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Alchemy is catalyzed and transformation happens. Sometimes the appearance of the body changes. There will be change in how the body feels, responds, acts, and creates. Radiance increases. Lightness of being increases. If you have clairvoyant vision, you will see the increase in light as though the person is actually lit up from within. They are. Spiritual abilities become grounded in the body, and the person can channel healing energy just as naturally as they would set the dinner table. The spirit becomes a living reality in the body, and the material world is experienced as an extension of the divine light. This alchemy is an empowering gift of love. Symptoms of this process can at times be challenging. They may include headaches and other aches and pains, flu-like symptoms, and inexplicable and nearly overwhelming fatigue that lasts for days, and then suddenly vanishes along with a surge of new energy. We may also experience pinging in the ears, increased sensitivity to light or sound, hormonal imbalance and hot flashes, excessive sexual energy, mental obsessions or mood swings, aggression, and unintentionally harsh reactions to people. If you have been experiencing any of the above and wondered if these or other unusual symptoms could be a direct result of increased spiritual energy affecting the body, then the answer is that this is very likely. You are encouraged to source whatever professional health support you need to take care of your body. Also consider using the following simple practices to ease away the side effects of divine alchemy taking place in you. These simple practices include getting regular rest. Additional sleep is a powerful way for the body and mind to heal and repair, integrate, and reorganize. Allow time for physical exercise, which can help release excess energy, especially if you tend to feel mentally congested. Take some time away from meditation, spiritual studies, or discussions and energy work. Instead, simply be in nature or rest. If you work with colors, then take a break for a short time, only working with very soft, subdued white or colorless light. If you have a tendency to push yourself with spiritual work, learning to take time off on regular occasions will help you recover more quickly and suffer less. Finally, working with cooling energy, not cold, but refreshing, as a way to discharge excess heat can be extremely beneficial to body and mind. You can do this by sitting in the shade or in a room that feels cool and relaxing, or even by cooling your hands before an air conditioner or fan, and then using your fingertips to transfer cool and healing energy by lightly touching your chest, back of neck, and back of your head, ears, and forehead. So that's just more of a little bit for some of you who are actually going through this process physically, just giving you a little extra advice there. But I do think one of the biggest takeaways with alchemical mutation, really changing on that physical level, is learning to give yourself that time to rest. That, especially Capricorn, because you are a sign that does push yourself to meet goals, to learn that you can have your goals, you can work towards them, but ultimately it's the journey that is what is meant to be enjoyed, not so much the attainment of the goal. So keep that in mind as you're getting into this place of play, into this beautiful feeling here of what feels like play for you. And that will help bring you back into that place of emotional connection, of that giving you the feeling that you want to feel, that feeling of happiness and joy and satisfaction, but also that you're, again, getting to enjoy the journey that you are empowering yourself to take. All right, I'm going to leave it all there. I hope you have a wonderfully empowering month of January. It's going to be a quietly, I think, illuminating one for many of you. This may be all going on internally. And so, find the time as you're really taking this time for yourself to do all this work internally, especially on a mental level, to take the empowered action, but take it in a way that comes through in a playful, fun, what feels good kind of way. And that's what's going to set the whole tone for real achievement for you in 2023 and get you through this rite of passage and crossing into the threshold, into this beautiful point that's all coming in for you right now. out of the darkness and into the light, Capricorn. All right, I will see you all in next month's Illumination reading. If you'd like to book your own reading for 2023 to see what's coming in for you, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website and book a service there. Otherwise, again, I will see you all in February for your next Illumination reading. With lots of love on your journey. Bye, Capricorn.